Well, I'm going to put this out as a millennial must-have accessory. You know, there's a lot of things they're always trying to target millennials for. Buying this, buying that, buying the latest Pokemon Go games or some bullshit, garbage like that, whatever. But this thing, I picked this up actually in Wally World. I know it's made in China. It's like a knife and a fork, right? And it's called the Hobo set. It's an Ozark Trail 7-in-1 utensil. And it snaps together like this. Now, the beauty of this is, okay, you've got a knife on it, right? Which is this. And it's actually, you know, state laws differ on knives. A lot of people don't realize, yeah, they're tools, damn it. You know, like, they always, you know, the knife has some of these connotations in your head sometimes that, but you know, if you have a kitchen knife, nobody thinks of it, right? But nobody thinks of it as a tool. But the point is, a lot of places, if you're carrying something like this around, even though it's slightly more bulky, very much, I wouldn't say in every state, like New York City, you'd be screwed with any knife, but if there's any states that have gray area laws, something like this would be pretty more advantageous to carry around. You say, well, I'm eating with it, for crying out loud, you know? You know, versus if you had one of these Italian Frank Beltrami switchblades, which didn't open up all the way because it's not, didn't have enough oil on there, but that opens up quick. You know, it's substantially the same damn thing, really, except even this one's probably weaker, smaller. But if you're carrying this, you'd be in big trouble probably in a lot of states because they're illegal. Not where I am, but in a lot of states they are, right? Now, what I'm pointing out here is, okay, that's one aspect of this tool. It's got a knife, okay, fine. One disadvantage, it doesn't have a serrated edge, but, you know, that's still not that big of a disadvantage. Now, to take this apart, really what you do is you flip these up maybe even halfway, which is enough to do the situation, and it comes apart. But if you open them up all the way, it's got this. What locks them in place is you put them together like this, and while you got the spoon and the fork out like that, then you close it. Then it's locked. It's in one unit. Then you can open up the knife, and you also have, get this out of here. This is a can opener and a bottle opener, okay? So the can opener works by, you hook it on the lip over here, and you go around. And I usually go forward with it, even no matter which way they're designed, because it gets the whole thing done that way. Sometimes some people go backwards, depending on which way this one's designed. I always go forward with it this way. But here's your can opener. You don't have to listen to the crazy Russian hacker guy about scraping this thing on the ground with it on the concrete to open it up. You got this damn thing. Bottle opener is not that handy because most bottles are twist-off caps. You also have a corkscrew, which is good for like an old-fashioned wine bottle, which not too many of those around anymore. So this is kind of like not that, but it's only $5. And the other thing is you have an awl for punching a hole. Now this I would sharpen up with a file because I think some legal yo-yos made this because all dull like this because of maybe I don't know why they did this. Usually awls have a point on them and even some of an edge. This has got no edge on it. I would actually sharpen this up with a file. This tool is stainless steel. It is a tool. It's an eating utensil. Again, it's from Ozark Trail. Okay, it's called Outdoor Equipment 7-in-1 utensil. Right. It's kind of cool because, well, like I said, you could take it apart real easy once you open up quite easy. Once you open it up and say you're not using the spoon, right? You say you're using a knife and fork. Well, you got a knife and fork. And they're basically like full-size knives and forks. Now, one thing about this particular type of stainless steel, it's not an extremely non-staining, non-corrosive stainless steel, probably because it has a little bit higher carbon content, but by and large it doesn't really get corroded that easy. But you might have to clean it off with a little I don't know, scouring pad or something like that if you get some real light staining on it or something like that. But it is pretty easy to clean. You can just throw it in the freaking dishwasher, you know, run under hot water and everything, not really worried about it getting rusty like it was just ordinary carbon steel. But it's a very handy tool, and it's a full-size eating utensil. And again, you know, I don't want to really give any kind of like legal advice about carrying knives, but this one would be, well, in some states you can carry anything. Like in my state, you can carry anything, right? South Carolina, you can carry anything. Freaking Tennessee, you can carry anything. Georgia, you can carry anything as long as the blade is under 5 inches, and you can carry over 5 inches and above if you have a weapons permit. But something like this, even in the states that have like pretty bad knife laws, you know, if you're carrying this with a fork and a spoon on it, and it's got a regular ordinary blade, and it's not even a lockback, you know, probably going to be okay. Because, you know, it's like they got into a lot of drama about knives, I think, through the media, and a lot of people don't realize they're just a freaking tool. Because I always carry knives because, especially my little Frank Beltrami guy here, this guy right here, this one here, because it's got the serrated edge, which is great for cutting plastic and stripping wires and stuff like that. But if I was in the state of New Jersey, this would be illegal. You know, New York, it's illegal. In southern states, it's fine. But, you know, essentially it's the same thing as that, except for the serrated edge, which is very handy. But for like $4.99, that's usually what I think that's what these cost. $4.99. I got a few of them. Sure, what the hell? It's made in China. I know that, but you know what are you gonna do, right? For the price, is it worth? Not this. This is not. This is a Frank Beltrami made in Italy. This is $4.99. This is $4.99. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool actually, and a little more unique. So who the hell knows? One of these days you might need something like this. It's kind of like and to be quite honest, multi-tools are very good, but sometimes, I don't know, when you have something like this, it's a little bulky. You know, sometimes you need to measure something and scoop it out or whatever. You're taking your vitamin C powder and you want to take a whole slew of it at once and you put it in your drink. You got your measuring thing right here. You know, if you're at somebody's barbecue and they don't have any utensils, you got a fork. Hey, I'll take that hot dog and put it on the bun. You know, you got it right there. So anyway, it's a pretty neat little gizmo. Now, if you take care of it, it'll probably last you a lot of years. Most of these are made pretty good. I mean, since they're made in China for $5 a pop, not every single one of them is a good quality, but by and large, you're gonna have pretty good luck with something and if it doesn't work right for you, it's your $5. But I figured I'd get a few of them, you know, because again, you got a fork, a knife, a spoon, a corkscrew, what the hell was that? Your bottle opener, can opener, an awl, which is for leather, and you also, yeah, you got your halyard ring, which is this guy right here, so you can hang it off of something. It's some paracord, which is pretty handy. So it's something you millennials aren't really being advertised with. So, and not that I'm advertising for these people, because I really don't give a shit about Ozark or not, but it's something I think is kind of handy for what the hell it costs. And if you're one of those states that has a law like, there's so many states, man, you wouldn't believe so many states. This knife is illegal, that knife is illegal. I'll tell you which kinds are illegal. But they also have like a catch-all phrase, any knife that's dangerous. I was like, what do you mean by dangerous? You know, is it sharp? Does that mean dangerous? I mean, any knife could be dangerous. And you also have to have a legitimate reason for carrying them, so, which is not just self-defense, but you say, well, I got this knife because I do a lot of barbecues and cookouts. And I need it when I'm flipping my burgers and stuff, and, you know, we got the spare ribs on the grill, so, you know, I cut the meat away from the bone with this thing, so that's what it's for. You know, I'm actually eating with it, so I don't know if the cop would give you a hard time about, I got a knife and fork and spoon for eating. you know what I mean? So, not that it's guaranteed legal advice, but I could say that's probably one of the most legit reasons, in my own opinion, why you would have a knife. Yeah, for lunchtime, dinner time, and even breakfast in noontime mid-meals or something, right? That's why I got a knife, because it's got a fork and a spoon, and it's got a corkscrew and everything else. So, $4.99. I think they're $4.99 at Wally World. Not that I want to support Wally World or Made in China, but you know, it's a good deal, right? And it's kind of like this thing more than likely will outlast some of the shit you buy that's electronic that might cost you $500. This might cost you $5. You buy something electronic from iPhones or some crap, $500 or whatever the hell it is, or whatever the late, and you know, 3-4 years later it's in the trash. This probably not. This might be around for 20-30 years if you take care of it. There you go.